Hi everybody, thank you for watching. So today's video is going to be a new Will I Buy It. I post my Will I Buy It's every single Wednesday where I'm talking about new makeup releases and launches, letting you know a little bit about them and then letting you know if I'm going to be purchasing them or passing over them. Today's Will I Buy It is going to have a little twist on it though. I have been doing a weekly Will I Buy It for several months now. I came up with the Will I Buy It back last winter, I want to say, and I turned it into a weekly series a couple months ago as well. But today I wanted to do a little twist on the usual Will I Buy It. So I'm going to be calling this one Will I Buy It YouTuber versus Consumer. So I'm going to be talking about items and letting you know if I would buy them as a YouTuber or if I would buy them as a consumer. So not only am I going to be talking about some new items like I would in a regular Will I Buy It video, but I'm also going to touch on a few past items that were more popular in some of my past Will I Buy It videos and let you know, would I buy them as a YouTuber or would I buy them as a consumer? Because honestly, I feel like there is a pretty big difference. I can definitely tell that there are items that I've bought because I am a YouTuber. Not like a YouTube made me buy it type of video, but because I'm a YouTuber, I'm buying it for my channel, I'm buying it to review, I'm buying it because my followers and subscribers asked me to pick it up and review it and swatch it and all that. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I hope you guys like a little twist on the usual Will I Buy It. Next week we'll get back into the more regular Will I Buy It, but I thought I could throw a little curveball at you here this week. Before we get started, I do want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video. I do post videos every single day, so if you enjoy daily content on makeup and beauty, I hope that you will consider hitting the subscribe button. I also have 20K giveaways going on right now for YouTube and Instagram, so those are linked down below, and I will also link my Will I Buy It playlist if you want to see any of my past Will I Buy It's. But if you would like to see my Will I Buy It YouTuber versus consumer, why don't we go ahead and get started. So one item that I want to talk about that I have mentioned in the past and I've mentioned in many videos is the Natasha Denona Sunset Palette. This palette is so hyped. So many people have lost their minds over this palette. I do not have it in my possession yet, but I am planning on buying it, and I would definitely say that I am buying it as a YouTuber versus a consumer. This palette is $129. I feel like I can confidently say as a consumer, I would not purchase an eyeshadow palette at $129. That is a lot of money, even though I am a makeup lover and a makeup addict. A big reason why I started a beauty YouTube channel is to almost kind of justify my passion for makeup and how much I buy it, because I'm like, oh, it's for my channel, it's for my channel, it's for review. I would not be able to spend that much money on a palette as a consumer. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. If you don't have a channel, that you can't buy a $129 eyeshadow palette. That is totally not what I'm saying in this video, because you get to do what you want to do with your money. But I do know as a consumer, I would not be able to do it. When I do buy this palette, which I'm planning on doing a Beautylish haul in the future, which I'm very excited for, I'm planning on hopefully getting this palette on the Beautylish website if it is in stock. I know it goes out of stock a lot, but I feel like I can confidently say that I am buying this palette as a YouTuber. I'm buying it for my channel, I'm buying it for reviews, for comparison videos, for swatch videos, of course for like tutorials and things like that, but no, I'm definitely buying the Natasha Denona Sunset palette as a YouTuber. A new item that I want to talk about for this Will I Buy It is from Wet n Wild. They are coming out with new Mega Glow highlighting powder. These are going to be $4.99 for a powder highlight. I know some of the past Wet n Wild highlights have really blown up. There was a lot of hype over some of the highlights, and then they were like super hard to find and no one could get them. I remember going to my CVS and Walgreens and I couldn't find them and I just gave up. So they are only $4.99. I'm looking at some swatches. I'll have some photos inserted here for anything that I don't have in my possession that I'm talking about. But honestly, I think as both a YouTuber and a consumer, I'm going to be passing over them. I have so many highlights right now. I keep saying that I'm trying to put myself on a highlight no buy. $4.99 is still a really good price for a Wet n Wild highlight, but I just know I don't need them right now. So no matter what, a consumer versus a YouTuber, I just don't need it right now. So I'm going to be passing over the Wet n Wild highlights, but let us know what you think about these and if you're super excited, because I know these got a lot of hype. So an older item that I wanted to talk about, even though it's not like old, but the Tarte Clay Stick Foundation. This came out maybe like a month or two ago, and I put it in a Will I Buy It, and I did say that I was going to buy it, and clearly I'm holding it. I did buy it. I do have a review video on this foundation. I feel like I can say that I bought this stick foundation as a YouTuber because I definitely do have not a super large foundation collection, just more recently I've been starting to get more and more into foundations, but I have enough foundations that I didn't need any more of these. But a lot of people were super hyped over this stick foundation, and so I was like, you know what, I want to get it. I want to be able to review it for my channel. I thought it was important. A lot of people are asking me my opinions and if I was going to be getting it. Definitely got this one as a YouTuber versus a consumer because I really wanted to get it early. I bought it from the Tarte website. I didn't even wait until it hit Sephora or Ulta. I bought it from the Tarte website the day that it released so I could get it early so I could review it for anyone that was considering getting it. So my review on this stick foundation will be linked down below if you're curious to hear my thoughts. But yes, this one was a YouTuber influenced purchase. Another new item that I want to talk about in this Will I Buy It is from Huda Beauty. It's coming out with a new highlight palette for her summer collection in Solstice, I believe is the name of it. It's going to be $45 and it'll be coming out in July or August. Reading off the Trend Mood website like usual, so her Instagram is always linked down below. This is another one that as a YouTuber and a consumer I am going to be passing over just in general. Again, no, I don't need this as a YouTuber or as a consumer. I have so many highlights. My highlight collection is huge. I don't need any more highlights. I love so many of the highlights that I own and I want to be able to wear them, so I just do not need another highlight, especially a 4-pan highlight palette. So this is one that I'm skipping over, but let us know if you are excited for her new highlight palette. An eyeshadow palette that I mentioned in a past Will I Buy video was the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I did end up purchasing that palette. I then subsequently returned the palette because it ended up not being for me. But I feel like I can confidently say that I have also bought this as a YouTuber versus a consumer. It was a $54 eyeshadow palette, more expensive, not quite Natasha Denona price range yet, but it was more expensive. Not saying that just if a palette is expensive I wouldn't buy it as a consumer, because I was buying, you know, a few high-end palettes here and there before I even had a YouTube channel. It was more expensive, but I wasn't a huge Urban Decay lover or huge Urban Decay supporter. I don't have a lot from Urban Decay, but I feel like the main reason that I bought it was because a lot of people asked me for my review on it. Like, I can say that I did buy that as a YouTuber. It was really important to me to get a review video up, because when people ask for my reviews on products, that really means a lot to me, that people watch my videos for my opinions and respect them enough to, you know, it helps them decide what makeup that they want to purchase. It just really does mean a lot to me. So I feel like that one, even though there was a lot of hype over it, I still didn't buy it right away because I was like, I don't know. But then when more and more people asked, well, what do you think about the Naked Heat? What do you think about the Naked Heat? Will you please review the Naked Heat? I was like, I should really get on that. So when it came out to Sephora, I did purchase it. So I feel like I can say that that one was purchased as a YouTuber. Like I said, I did end up returning it. I can have my review video linked down below in case you are interested on that one. But yes, the Urban Decay Naked Heat, that was a YouTuber influenced purchase. Some new items that are coming out from Nars that I wanted to put in here. They are coming out with their Power Matte Lip Pigment, which is a long wear liquid lipstick. It's available in 20 different shades. It'll be available July 6th online at the Nars website, and then July 13th online and in all of their stores. I'm going to be passing over this as well. Nars is again another brand that I just don't have a ton from, and I'm not brand loyal to them in any sort of the way. They are more expensive and I just don't feel like I need them in my collection. I just got a ton of lipsticks. I recently shared one of my more overwhelming PR hauls ever. I'll have that video linked down below, but I just got a ton of lipsticks from NYX, from Avon, from MAC. Like, I just don't need any more lipsticks. I don't feel like as a consumer I would need these because of how big my lipstick collection is right now, but I don't even feel like as a YouTuber I really need them to be able to review. I know there's so many people out there who really love Nars and buy a lot from them, so they can go ahead and do their review videos on them, because I just don't feel like I necessarily need these in my collection at all. So I'm going to pass over these new lipsticks from Nars, both as a consumer and as a YouTuber. So another eyeshadow palette, an older palette that I want to talk about, is from BH Cosmetics and Carli Bybel. So Carli Bybel is a huge YouTuber, and she teamed up for a second time with BH Cosmetics to come out with an eyeshadow and highlight palette. So in case for some reason you haven't seen it, this is what the inside of it looks like. I put this in a Will I Buy It, and I said that I was going to buy it. I obviously did buy it. I do feel like this one I purchased as a consumer. My mom actually bought me the first Carli and BH palette for my birthday a couple years ago when it came out, and I really loved it. So when I saw she was coming out with the deluxe edition, it made me want it, not just for her as a YouTuber and to be able to review and do tutorials with. It was simply because I really wanted the palette because I liked her first palette and I really do like Carli. That has nothing to do with me being a YouTuber, even though she definitely does inspire me as a YouTuber, but she inspires me just as a human being. I love Carli. I've talked about her in a lot of my videos. I've done a Carli Bybel made me buy it. I did a whole video on this palette and actually being able to talk to Carli with some issues that I was having with my order and how she helped me out. So being a YouTuber and not being a YouTuber, she inspires me and motivates me, and I was really looking forward to getting this palette. I'm super happy that I have it, but this is one that I definitely feel like I purchased as a consumer and not just as a YouTuber. The Sephora Pro palettes are some eyeshadow palettes that I mentioned in a very recent Will I Buy It video. I was kind of on the fence in that video. I wasn't quite sure what I should do because the one palette that I was interested in, the Warm palette, was $65, and I did think that was a little bit more expensive. I got a lot of mixed feedback in that video on if I should buy it or not. I'm still kind of leaning towards buying it, like just a little bit. I haven't done it yet, but I'm kind of leaning over into that side as I'm watching more review videos of it. But again, I haven't made my full decision, but I will say if I do go on and end up purchasing the Sephora Warm palette, I am buying that as a YouTuber versus a consumer. I'm buying that to be able to give my review on it, to be able to compare the Sephora eyeshadow formula to maybe some other eyeshadows, and just be able to let people know if I think $65 is worth it for a Sephora collection eyeshadow palette. I also don't own any Sephora collection eyeshadow palettes, so again, it would be helpful to me as a YouTuber because I do get asked a lot of questions. What would you compare this to? What would you compare that to? I want to buy this eyeshadow, but is there a dupe out there that you know of? And sometimes it can be really hard if I don't, I mean, obviously I can't own all the makeup, but sometimes it can be definitely be hard if I don't have good comparisons or dupes or just suggestions to be able to offer other people. So that's why what I've kind of been trying to do recently is branch out and try different brands and different products that I haven't had before, so I can have more of a well-rounded collection, so I can give better suggestions when I am asked those questions. So if I do end up purchasing the Sephora Pro palette and the Warm palette, it's definitely going to be as a YouTuber versus a consumer. I do not believe as a consumer I would purchase a $65 Sephora collection eyeshadow palette. I believe that I would purchase from a brand that I love. Like if I'm going to be spending that kind of money, I feel like I would purchase from a brand that I love and am very loyal to, because I am a very brand loyal person. I feel like that is what I would do with my $65 instead. So the Sephora Pro palette would be a YouTuber influenced purchase if I do make it. Another item that I mentioned in a past Will I Buy It video, and that was also a YouTuber collab, was the Smashbox and Casey Holmes Spotlight palette, and I got mine in the Pearl palette. So this is one that I also believe that I bought as a consumer versus a YouTuber. Casey Holmes was one of the first big YouTubers that I started watching, and I've always just felt that friendship, that connection with her, even though we will probably never meet, but I've always felt that with her. So I was super excited when I saw that she was coming out with a collaboration with Smashbox. This was something that I actually didn't buy right away, and I feel like that's kind of how I can also tell if I'm buying as a YouTuber versus a consumer. Typically when I'm buying as a YouTuber, I'm buying early. I do want to get videos up early. Of course, getting videos up early on hot products can be really great for views. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like views aren't important to me, because they definitely are. I've said in the past that I feel like views are more important than your subscriber count, because it means a lot when people are actually watching your videos. But definitely if you get products early and you can get your review videos up early, they tend to get a good amount of views because people are very curious about them. They're new to the market. They want to see what people are thinking about them. But also I'm trying to get it up early because I want people to see the reviews so that they know should they buy it, should they not buy it, especially for items that have the possibility of selling out. But this was one that I kind of took my time on. I waited until it came into Ulta, and then I even waited until I knew the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale was going to be starting. So I waited to purchase this in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. This wasn't on sale, but I paired it with something from Smashbox, actually, the Smashbox Photo Primer Water. When that went on sale, I also purchased this with it. So that's kind of another reason why I know that I purchased as a consumer versus a YouTuber. But again, I knew I wanted this palette in general anyways. I wanted to be able to support Casey. But the Casey Holmes and Smashbox highlight palette I bought as a consumer versus a YouTuber. So the last item that I want to touch on in this twist on Will I Buy It is a new product. This is a collaboration with Ulta Beauty and Love Melissa Michelle. It is a palette that includes 9 eyeshadows, a highlighter, a blush, and also a matte liquid lipstick, and it is $20. and it will be available in stores on July 23rd, of course, at Ulta. So I'll have a photo inserted here down below. It looks like a super cute palette. I unfortunately am not super familiar with Love Melissa Michelle, but I'm now definitely going to be looking her up and checking her out. I'm going to go ahead and pass over it though. I am kind of like on a makeup overload. I've just gotten a lot of really amazing PR. I've also been buying a lot of makeup because I have my 20K giveaways going on right now. Typically when I was buying for those giveaways, I was also purchasing for myself. So I've done a lot of makeup shopping lately, so I'm having an easier time saying no to items. But I feel like kind of specifically when things are in a collaboration with someone, unless I really know them and feel a little something right here for them, it's easier for me to pass over them because I just don't feel that kind of pull. And you know, this is of course no offense against Melissa Michelle. I am very new to YouTube, just watching YouTube, not even just having a channel. So I'm slowly like learning more and more people every single day. I'm finding new people to watch. So like I said, I'm definitely going to check her out, but I don't feel the pull, and the palette just didn't make me do the double take. You know, I talk about the double take in a lot of Will I Buy It videos. I really didn't do the double take here. So I know as both a consumer and as a YouTuber, it's not a palette that I need. It's not something that gives me lots of feels and makes me do a double take. So I know that I can confidently pass over this palette, but let us know in the comments down below if you plan on getting this collab with Ulta Beauty and Love Melissa Michelle. Alright guys, so that is going to do it for this week's Will I Buy It video, YouTuber versus consumer. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this Will I Buy It with a twist, or if you have any other ideas for a Will I Buy It with a twist in the future. I have one more with a twist up my sleeve that you'll be seeing in the next month or so, but next week's video and probably the next week after that, we'll go back to the regular format of the Will I Buy It, where I'm just mentioning a few products and just talking about if I'm going to buy them or not. But I thought it would be kind of fun just to throw a little something different in here, since I do the Will I Buy It every single week and I have been doing it for several months now. I do hope that you found it interesting seeing what I purchased as a YouTuber and as a consumer and how those can be different. So let me know, leave me some comments down below, let me know what you thought, and again, if there's any other Will I Buy It twist ideas that you would like me to do. But if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up. I hope that you will also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys real soon in my next one. Bye.